Unfortunate news on Randy Orton's WWE future. A recent report has shed light on Randy Orton's WWE status for a major upcoming show and seemingly ruled out his potential return at the event. It was noted that the Viper isn't expected to appear on Raw's Netflix debut on January 6, 2025. Orton has been out of action since Kevin Owens' heinous attack on the November 8th episode of SmackDown, where the latter took him out with a package piledriver. He was stretchered out of the arena, raising concerns about his future. WWE even confirmed later that Randy Orton had suffered a cervical injury due to the attack. As Raw's Netflix debut on January 6th inches closer, fans have been wondering whether the Viper would make an appearance for the gargantuan occasion. Sportskeeda's own Dr. Chris Featherstone has provided an unfortunate update on the same, revealing that there were no talks to feature Orton at the event. I've had a bunch of people inquire about the status of Randy Orton regarding January 6th. I've been informed that he is currently not scheduled to be a part of the debut episode of #WWE Raw on Netflix, wrote Chris Featherstone on X/Twitter. EC3 thinks Randy Orton is among the greatest of all time. A few days ago on Sportskeeda's The Wrestling Outlaws, EC3 lavished praise on Randy Orton, putting him in the category of the all-time greats of wrestling. The former WWE star explained how the Viper had grown to be a natural backstage leader in recent years apart from his staggering achievements as a wrestler. Obviously, Randy has all the credentials in the world, and he's a hunk, and I love him to death. And he's, I think, one of the top 5 GOATs of all time, but it took him a while to become a leader as well. Now he's pretty much the veteran. He has the longest tenure, the most accolades, but I don't think he came into that role, locker room leader, until later on. With Royal Rumble 2025 just a few weeks away, it remains to be seen whether WWE chooses to have Orton make his grand return at the Premium Live event. News regarding Randy Orton's status for the Netflix premiere of WWE Raw. As seen during the November 8th, 2024 edition of WWE SmackDown, Kevin Owens laid out Randy Orton with a piledriver, and the announcers brought up how the move has been banned from WWE for many years. Orton has been out of action since the attack. There has been internet speculation about Orton returning for the Netflix premiere of WWE Raw. Despite WWE's plans to load up the show, Dr. Chris Featherstone of Sportskeeda.com noted the following. I've had a bunch of people inquire about the status of Randy Orton regarding January 6th. I've been informed that he is currently not scheduled to be a part of the debut episode of #WWE Raw on Netflix. At this time, it remains unclear when Orton will be brought back to television. Orton is not featured in advertisements for WWE holiday weekend events. Bad news for Randy Orton fans, reports. Randy Orton hasn't had much luck winning the WWE Championship since his return last year. If recent reports are anything to go, by then fans shouldn't expect to see the Viper capture his 15th world title anytime soon. The 44-year-old veteran was last seen on TV during the November 8th edition of SmackDown after Crown Jewel. The Apex Predator had a forgettable night as he took a career-threatening piledriver from Kevin Owens. As a result of the prizefighter's actions, Orton was diagnosed with cervical cord neuropraxia, which will keep him on the sidelines for the foreseeable future. 4 months. He was long rumored to feud with his former Legacy stablemate and current undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. It is widely speculated that once Kevin Owens is dealt with, the two friends will rekindle their decade-old rivalry heading into WrestleMania 41. However, those hoping to see Randy Orton being the one to end the undisputed WWE Championship reign of Cody Rhodes shouldn't get their hopes up. WrestleVotes via Backstage Pass recently learned that the American Nightmare would drop his title sometime in 2025. In a follow-up report, Zero News noted that the Viper is not slated to become a 15-time world champion anytime soon. Who will Randy Orton face at WrestleMania 41? If Cody Rhodes goes on to face The Rock at WrestleMania 41, this leaves Randy Orton without a clear path. Of course, he could face Kevin Owens since the planned match between the two men at Crown Jewel never happened. But WrestleMania 41 is still 4 months away, and a lot can happen between now and the show of shows. Rumor has it that John Cena will face Randy Orton one last time at the Showcase of the Immortals. The Cenation leader will likely have leeway to choose his opponents during his retirement tour, and few could ask for a better way to finish off the legend's career than by facing one man who he never faced on the grandest stage of them all. Randy Orton felt he destroyed 38-year-old star's massive WWE push by injuring him, apologized privately. WWE legend Randy Orton had a conversation with a wrestler back in 2021, with the Viper apologizing to him. Back in 2019, Orton gave Mustafa Ali a swollen eye during a match. Mustafa Ali recently made an appearance on Insight with Chris Van Vliet. The former WWE superstar discussed several topics, including a candid conversation he had with Orton a few years back. Mustafa Ali stated that Randy Orton was apologetic for giving him the eye injury during a match in 2019. Check out Ali's comments below. He felt really bad about the concussion. Like, he was apologetic at the time, but it's almost like a year or two after it, like him and I were just talking. He's like, hey man, I never meant to tell you, but I really messed up things for you, man. You were here, raise his hand. I go, Randy, like stuff happens, bro. I know it wasn't intentional. He goes, no, I just want to let you know, like it bugs me that I took that away from you. I was like, you didn't take anything away. It just happens. Ali has previously clarified that Randy Orton didn't put him out of action. Back in 2019, Ali had a chat with TalkSport and made it clear that Randy Orton wasn't at fault for him being put on the shelf. Check out an excerpt from the interview. Unfortunately for Randy, a lot of people point the finger at him, thinking the Black, I was the cause of me missing the Elimination Chamber. That wasn't the case. I had a series of injuries that were just piling up, and unfortunately, I had a pretty serious injury after that at a live event. That's the injury that took me out. Ali was scheduled to compete for Dominic Mysterio's NXT North American title last year. However, WWE released him mere days before the scheduled match.